Would you say the demand for silver is higher now that it's $70 an ounce compared to when it was, say, $20 an ounce?
No question about it.
Silver has spiked twice before in the past, and then after that, it crashed. And I know things are a little bit different this time around. Do you think it's possible we could see a crash?
Buy your gold and silver online from SD Bullion. New customers get gold or silver at spot by visiting sdbullion.com/new.
What do we got going on here, Harry?
We're cutting up silver proof sets. These have no envelopes, so they're a little harder to sell to people who collect proof sets, and frankly, they're worth more in pieces than they are as sets. These gray sheet, believe it or not, at $28, which we're nearly at that for just a $50 in the 90% section. So it makes no sense to keep them at these prices in the cellophane.
Have you ever done this before?
I have never done this before. I've never seen silver this high either. So, you know, we're in uncharted water here.
So these ones here, they're gonna go in with the regular junk silver, but they're proof.
Yep. Well, some are proof and some are out of uncirculated sets, mint sets. So, but yeah, most of them are proofs.
And you can get them for the same price.
Absolutely. I know some people are going to take offense at this, but here's the thing. They just sit in the showcase when I have them out like this, but when I put them, you know, as singles, people snap them up. And so what's going on here is people have albums and they're filling out holes in their albums. And this is a really fun way to do that.
We are keeping some of the better dates intact still. You got the, 1956 and back, they still have collector value. I don't know for how long, but we got here early and we're cutting up the sets.
It's a whole new world, huh?
Yeah.
It's official. Silver has hit $70 an ounce, but it's been bouncing around a little bit this morning, huh?
Well, if you call 69.50 to 70.22 bouncing around, I guess it's bouncing around, but we're both at record highs, gold and silver. And I have to think back to a year ago when we did a video and you asked each of us, what do we think 2025 would end up on silver? And we went out on a limb and said, we think $40 an ounce. So people are always asking us, what's silver going to do? Don't ask us, because we have no idea.
That is true, but we did revise it when silver hit 40 back in September, and you said you thought it could go to 70 before the year was out.
True, maybe I'm exonerated. Hey, can I say something before we get into all the metals and stuff? The last video we did, there was a whole lot of comments that were very, very lovely about me getting well with my hip surgery and everything. And I just want to thank everybody. It was really nice to read those. And I bet there was over 100 well wishes and really meant a lot to me. And I want to thank everybody. Now we can talk metals, but I do appreciate it, folks.
Well, we're glad you're back.
I'm glad too. Thank you.
So some of these, you guys were breaking out of the mint sets earlier, but I got to say, Harry, the case is looking pretty light as a whole.
Well, we were amazingly busy all day yesterday, and then we got a call. A guy called and said, can you stay open another half hour? I want to invest quite a bit of money. He looked at the 90% showcase, and when I tell you, he said, yeah, I'll take that. I said, which? He said, all of it.
He bought you out?
He bought everything but the silver dollars and the world silver. He bought everything.
That's crazy. Did he say why he was buying it all?
Because he's smart.
He also realized the price was at the time under melt, so he was like, that's a fantastic deal.
And I'm looking at the board. I mean, he's already in the black. I mean, this guy, he was right. He bought it all. You know, and it's the thing is, I always hate to be wiped out, especially when we're going to be doing a video, but the truth is, that's what it's for. And thankfully, people have been 3 deep in the showcase behind the counter selling to us all day long. So I suspect by the end of the day, we'll be restocked.
With the price going up, it seems like a lot of people are wanting to sell, but I personally am trying to hold mine. I bought it for the long term, and I might sell a little bit if the ratio is in favor of trading some silver for gold, but I still think it's a little too early to be doing that.
Maybe so, but you know, when I look back to maybe 2 years ago, not even, where the ratio was 120 to 1 on gold and silver, and now it's half of that. So it's definitely heading in the right direction if you're playing the ratios.
Yeah, I think it would be profitable for sure to do the trade, but I think if I wait a little longer, I think silver could go up more and it might be even more profitable.
Of course.
Well, I think you did really well when you did your trade. You did trade that ounce of gold for some silver.
I know.
So, yeah, kudos to you.
I will definitely have to trade it back at some point, but I'm waiting for the ratio to get down to like 50.
50, yeah. That'll be nice.
Isn't that crazy to say though?
Yeah, I mean, it's wild because we've had people coming in and selling, but it's almost like a circle. I was talking to Harry about it. It's like it comes in, but it goes out, and a lot of people buying, a lot of people selling. So it's interesting to see what the market's doing, and I mean, people are just buying because they don't want to miss out.
We've had people, they'll say to us, like, do you have a kilo bar? This happened yesterday. And I said, well, Mike's looking at one right now. If you just have a seat and wait a few minutes, it might be hours. I mean, it's like in and out, as Adrian says, just a revolving door. It's been a lot of fun, but it's also been kind of stressful because we don't always have in stock what people want, though a lot of people have been flexible, haven't they?
Yep.
We don't have buffaloes, they'll take something else, for instance, on rounds. We were talking earlier, you and I, about silver is up 130% this year. What investment's up 130%? And gold's lagging behind it, a mere 70% up. So the metals this year, anyway, have been a fantastic investment.
You know what? Let's talk about platinum. I mean, look at that. We're up $104 today.
It's the second day in a row platinum's gone up $100.
Yeah, I mean, it's
sneaky, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It is kind of a sneaky thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember we were just talking about platinum when it was 800 an ounce.
Platinum's up well over 100% this year. It's right in line with silver. I think silver and platinum have been the big winners, but like Harry was saying, gold, that's no trout in a bucket either.
Oh, no. I mean, 44.62. I mean, it looks like we almost touched 4,500 today, and I mean, it's wild to even think that.
Well, Harry, we only have 6 more trading days left in the year because we got holidays coming up. I think it's crazy to see the metals where they're at, but they could go higher before the year's out.
Yeah, the year's almost out, but $75 by the end of the month, very possible at this rate. Looking ahead, I mean, so many people are expecting $100 silver sometime in the first quarter that belief alone could move it along just by the demand, by people buying under 100, trying to get in under the wire. So just the fact that people think it's going there, it probably will drive it there.
Would you say the demand for silver is higher now that it's $70 an ounce compared to when it was, say, $20 an ounce?
No question about it. And it's the old theory of fear of missing out. And we're meeting a lot of people who've never bought metals who want some guidance. They hear, it's just what I always say, when it hits the mainstream media, not the coin media, not the YouTube videos, but ABC News talks about record high silver. People who never come in the shop, never buy any metals, are all of a sudden coming in with $10,000 wanting to buy something.
And that's what you're seeing right now.
Oh yeah, lots of it.
Wow.
I mean, I can't tell you how many people that have contacted me or that have come in before. They're like, oh yeah, I remember buying silver at $30, $35 an ounce and being like, man, it's high. But you would always tell me, well, it's been at 50 before, and here we're past 50, over 70 now. And it's kind of nice that you tell people, you educate people about the precious metals, kind of like you do, and now it's paying people dividends.
Well, Harry, I have to ask you, I've seen a few people say silver has spiked twice before in the past, and then after that it crashed. And I know things are a little bit different this time around. Do you think it's possible we could see a crash?
I don't know about a crash, because the last 2 times there were significant single reasons why the metals were run up like that. First, there was the Hunt brothers in the 1979, and then you had the banks and the insurance companies crashing in 2008 to 11. But this time, this is more organic. You can't point to one thing and say that's why it's run up, which leads me to believe that because it's run up organically, if it goes down or fluctuates down, it'll be a gentle downward move and maybe some up and down, because there's not one thing that maybe gets corrected, like the Hunt brothers are put out of business and the market tanks, or the banks get their act together and like they did in 2011 and things, they right the ship. There's no single thing driving this. Therefore, there's no single thing I think that would tank it.
I definitely agree with that. And one thing I saw in the news is that people were moving to gold because of fear, and there was some geopolitical tensions. I know some stuff going on with Venezuela. Do you think that's going to continue?
I mean, unless peace breaks out all over the world, that will continue. But also, you have the president about to appoint a new Fed chief, and that Federal Reserve chief is going to have in his agenda lowering interest rates to get the job. So interest rates going down will drive the metals up. So that's another factor. And I think rates will probably go down every quarter next year. It's an election year, so you gotta expect the rates to be going down.
Yeah.
So all that fuels into, I think, more upward mobility. Maybe not a meteoric rise, but I certainly don't see a crash in the offing.
Yeah, I don't see it either. We got to talk about this right here, Harry. You've got silver dimes for 50 times the face value. That means each dime is $5.
As high as that seems, and it's high, it's below spot. It's $69 and change at that 50 times face.
Wow.
Think about it. And spots at 70.31. So it's high, but it's still a bargain relative to the price of silver.
Well, this is the first time in history that a dime has been over $5. We've never seen it before.
Not legitimately, no. Not really. Certainly collectibles, better dates and things, but not for constitutional junk.
We've never had this much money in circulation before, too. So if you think about it, a lot of people would say it's not the value of the dime that has gone up, but it's the value of the dollar that's gone down relative to silver. Because silver stays the same. There's a finite amount of that.
Exactly. He is
That's
a
why
smart
he's the
guy.
king.
And Harry, I noticed you got these stacker vaults here. This is probably people's last chance to get it for the year. This is a great way to store your silver, help protect it from air, water, all that kind of stuff.
We still have, 20 or so left, Adrian?
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a few left in
Got
stock.
a few left.
It's how I store my silver, and I think a lot of people are realizing when it comes to transporting silver, it weighs a lot. It's kind of hard to carry.
Yeah, silver's bulky, and this is one way to do it, especially if you're traveling or, flying or something. It's just real convenient and not obvious as to what's in it in terms of how the box is labeled. Yeah, we're very pleased to carry it, and we'll continue to carry it through next year. And
And made in America. You can't beat that, huh?
the great state of Texas.
So taking a look at this case over here, you've got some rounds, you've got some eagles, but some of the government ounces, we're looking a little bit light, Adrian.
Yeah, it's been like we were saying, it's been crazy. People have been buying what they can, and we were wiped out of rounds at some point yesterday, and then people move on to the next step up, which would be the government rounds. Maples and Britannias, a little bit of everything. So people are buying what they can.
What about the gold, Harry? You got less than an ounce of gold in the case.
We can't keep gold in stock either, even at these prices. I sometimes wonder where people get the money, honestly. It's just, they're not millionaires walking in here. It's just everyday people who feel like that's the place to be, is the precious metals or even buying gold.
Well, I think what's happening is people, kind of touching on what Richard said, they're seeing that their dollar is losing value. So they're looking for insurance for their money, not necessarily to make a lot of money on their investment, but just to have their money keep up with inflation. Because if you just think about it, we said 130% on silver. That means your dollar pretty much lost that value compared to silver. Compared to the cryptos, it'd be interesting to see how, the metals performed. I think they outperformed them.
Pretty much all of them. I know Bitcoin's down for the year.
Yeah. It's just, I always say, if you don't hold it, you don't own it. And I know you can store crypto and everything. And, crypto's got its place. I'm not trying to completely talk it down, but I'd much rather hold an ounce of gold and some silver and than just some digits on the screen.
While we're here looking at this case, I'm noticing you guys don't have any silver bars bigger than 1 ounce, Harry. That's unusual.
Got wiped out yesterday. We had a bunch yesterday morning and just wiped out.
Normally you guys got 10-ounce bars, kilo bars, sometimes 100-ounce bars. All of that's gone.
All gone. There's nothing more popular than 10-ounce bars for whatever reason. It's just the right increment, just the right size. You get into kilos, and now you're talking, you're into the thousands of dollars nowadays. But the 10-ounce bar is so popular, we can sell all we get.
I was gonna say yesterday it was funny because I was writing up somebody's thing and somebody called, "You have 10-ounce bars," and I just bought 5 of them. I was like, "Oh, I got 5 of them right now." I was like, "I'll take them." I didn't even get to put them out in the case. They were sold.
And another funny thing that happened yesterday, we were buying some stuff, and I told Harry, "Oh, I think this is premium. Let's set this aside." Harry's like, "Adrian, all premiums are gone right now." And I was like, "That's a great point, Harry. We just, we put it out and it's gone, And it's just like, just look at everything. Look at the premium on Eagles. It's just gone down to a slight premium than what we've seen before.
You make a good point. As a percentage, Eagles are $3 more than generics right now, but that's a way lower percentage than when silver was $20 and eagles were $3 more.
Yes, yeah, and so a lot of premium. So people have been coming in trying to sell their stuff, and they're like, "Oh, well, this is premium silver. This is, it's like we're just adjusting to the market.
It's $70 an ounce.
Yeah.
It's all premium.
Yeah, it's all premium.
Yeah. So is that going to be the case moving forward? All the stuff that used to be premium is now just generic?
I wouldn't say all. However, typically in the precious metals market, as prices go up, premiums go down. That's just a natural effect. Going the opposite way, during COVID, when silver hit $11 an ounce, when it was at the depths of COVID, you couldn't find any silver at 11 or anywhere near that. In fact, you couldn't find any silver at all. So, but typically it just goes in the opposite direction of the price.
Well, and when you look at gold versus silver, gold has always had a lower percentage premium than silver, but it costs so much more, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and that just proves the point. Price goes up, premium goes down.
So I guess that begs the question for people who are buying right now, they shouldn't be buying high premium things because it's not going to matter so much in the future.
We're not selling any silver at high premium, but I know there's websites you can go to and world mints you can buy from that'll charge quite a bit of premium for maybe a certain design of silver ounce. At these prices, I would avoid it. I would stick with the generics. I'd get the most silver for the money. I mean, you're spending a lot as it is.
Yeah, I mean, those 10-ounce bars you were talking about, over $700 for a 10-ounce bar.
True. And I mean, it's, again, more than doubled this year.
And one thing too, the premium on Libertads has fallen too. So
Really?
if you're a Libertad lover like I am, I mean, now's the time to get them if you can find them.
How about those 2025s, though?
Oh yeah, those are a different story.
Did you get any in your personal collection?
No, because I was waiting for the market to stabilize, and I mean, I don't know. I still think that we might either see some more or the prices will come down on them. I might be wrong because a lot of the key dates have gone up on the Libertads. So yeah, if you can find the Libertads, definitely buy them.
What's the one that you would get? What size?
I mean the 1 ounce, or the kilos. I love the kilos.
The kilos.
Yeah, I like the kilos or the reverse proofs. But I mean, any Libertad you can find, at a decent premium, I would say pick it up.
Yeah, you guys used to have them here in the shop for the longest time. I remember I'd come in, you had a little deal on Libertads,
Yep.
and all of that's just been wiped
I
out.
remember we put them out for $42 and silver was like 30 something. We had to pay a premium to get them, of course. And we were all kind of scratching our heads like, that's just such a high premium. But I wonder if people like them. And, now the people that bought them at $42 an ounce, I mean, we're over $70 an ounce. So yeah, you did okay.
I mean, and that was just a few months ago.
Yeah. I mean, it's just how the market's been moving.
Any last thoughts for the year, Harry? I mean, we might have one more video this year.
I just want to thank everyone for being out in the audience. Many of you have become customers of ours, and we're grateful for that. And we all wish you and your families a great Christmas, a meaningful Christmas, and also a peaceful new year.
And we'll keep doing the videos next year, yeah?
God willing.
All right. Hey, thank you so much.
Thank you, Silver Dragons.